Hey, I'm Kimberly Gartman. I'm an independent consultant with Arbonne International. I'm also a practicing family practice physician. Normally, I share somebody else's video about why Arbonne, probably because I think they look better or sound better or it's easier, but I just decided that you needed to hear from my heart. So why Arbonne for me? Why does a successful family practice physician decide to have a lipstick business? Well, first of all, it's not just a lipstick business, of course, but when I started Arbonne 4 years ago, the reason why was because I was practicing full-time. I was busy, stressed out, getting very close to burnout. I felt like my family was getting the very least of me, the worst of me. I felt like I had no life. And I was tired. My health was not good. Even though I felt like I was eating healthy and I was exercising and sleeping, I just didn't feel good. My gut was terrible. I was extremely tired. My skin was awful. I just wasn't good. And so my best friend Jania introduced me to the company of Arbonne. It took me about 2 seconds to fall in love with the products because of the philosophy of the company and then also the effectiveness of the product. So the philosophy of our company is pure, safe, and beneficial. And I love that we're 38 years old and that has always been our philosophy. So we're not bandwagon people or just taking nasties out of our products because the public is smart and demanding it. That has always been what we're about. We've always been about protecting people and giving them the very best that science and nature have to offer as far as nutrition and skincare and makeup and all of that, so that the things you're putting in your mouth and on your skin aren't killing you. And y'all, I see it every day in my practice. And as I look around, the things that we eat, the things we put on our skin are literally wrecking our health. So it was easy for me to get on board with the products for myself. The business, not so much. I'm a zero salesy kind of girl. That's not my thing. I don't like to be salesy. I love to give. But to sell is a whole nother ball game for me. And so I really didn't think that this would be something for me. But as God will do, He brings things into your life that don't look like you think, and they're unexpected. And like He says in Isaiah, His ways aren't our ways and His thoughts aren't our thoughts. And praise God for that, right? So I wrestled with Him over it for a while and told Him, this wasn't what I had in mind. Thank you very much. But then I got to the point where I was so nervous that this was the way, this was what He had in mind, and I was going to look back and regret. And so I just finally told Him I would rather try and fail, than to look back and regret and know that this is what You had for me and I said no, and what could have been. I don't know if y'all have been there, but I think most of us have at one time or another in our life, looked back and thought, what could have been if I would have done that differently or said yes. So I did start my business. I wish that I could say that I got it and I jumped in both feet, but I did not. I tiptoed in and out and in and out until I did get it. And thankfully I did. And a big hurdle for me or hindrance for me was just seeing some people in my family try some network marketing businesses and failing. And so I thought that it was the nature of the industry rather than maybe the particular company or how they were taught. So, I think a lot of times people get a bad taste in their mouth about network marketing because they think that it's a get rich quick, or they get told it's a get rich quick and you don't have to work. And that's, of course, not true. For anything that is worth having, you have to work for it, right? What I learned, though, is it's about working how I want to work, owning my time, doing it the way that is meaningful for me. So almost 2 years ago now, I was able to go part-time in my practice. So now I work 3 days a week, and y'all, it's amazing. It has transformed my family and my life. I've not given up financial resources because it has supplemented it that much. And so, like God will do, he has grown me through all this so much that now that why that was fine, it was a good why, has grown and become a much bigger why. So this is why I wanted to record this video and why I wanted to share with you. I recently did a very vulnerable post of a picture of me that initially when I saw it, it was some headshots that I did for my business, but when I saw it, I was like, oh my gosh, I can't share that. I hate that picture. I look chubby in that picture. Y'all, that stuff is so deep-rooted in me, and I know in so many other people. This problem with body image, this problem with self-image, this thinking that, you know, the evil one is so insidious that he just, you know, puts in our hearts and our minds that cause us to be ineffective in our lives and for the kingdom. And I don't know what your beliefs are, but I just need to speak from my heart, and this is where my heart is. So I think we've bought this bill of goods that, first of all, we're not enough, we never look good enough, our skin's never good enough, we're never pretty enough, we're never thin enough, somebody else is always better than us. It just is exhausting. And then we are given these gifts from our Father, and we can't even step into them or own them because that's prideful or arrogant, or somehow we have this idea of false humility is good, where if we say, oh, I'm not good at anything, or, you know, we do all that self-deprecating thing, that's good somehow. But y'all, if you take a step back, how on earth does us saying we have no value and we're no good honor our Father who made us? That's crazy. That's like telling a painter who does this magnificent work of art that the painting's no good, but you're a great artist. That's ridiculous. But we do it all the time. And y'all, I've seen it more and more and more. And I think it's because my eyes have been open to it. But I've watched these amazing, beautiful, gifted, talented women around me not even be able to say one good thing about themselves, not be able to say, I'm good at that. This is what God made me for. This is my gift, and I'm so glad I get to share it. Or this is what I bring to the table. This is what I'm good at. But if we're asked to say, what are some things we don't like about ourselves, or what do we want to change about ourselves, we can fill up a page front and back, right? And so when I made that post about, you know, body image and about being vulnerable, about who we are, it resonated, and I knew it would in my heart of hearts, because here's what I've gotten passionate about. So I hope this isn't disjointed, but I have no script. I'm just speaking from my heart. God, over the last 6 to 8 months, has stirred this passion in me that has become just a driving force to empower and encourage women and girls to rise up into our full potential, to recognize the gifts God has given us, to acknowledge them, and to say that they're good, and to understand that when we do that, we're not being prideful, we're not trying to bring glory to ourselves, but when we rise up into our God-given gifts and we use them as He intended, He gets the glory. It's for our good, but His glory, y'all. And it is a tool of Satan, all this false humility and not being able to see the good in ourselves, because when we buy into that and sink into that, we cannot rise into our purpose, and He gets some victory. You know what I mean? Like, what I've learned since like starting this summer, when we really rise up, it helps other people to rise up. It doesn't keep them down. And I've seen that over and over. When I see people really rise into their gifts and use those passions for the glory of God and to serve others, other people rise up. It doesn't keep them down. If it keeps somebody down, it is their issue. So I'm telling you all this to tell you that, sorry, Arbonne is my vehicle for that. It's such an unlikely looking vehicle to me, but it has been. It has grown me. It has put me in a community of men and women that care deeply about things, about other people, and about community and world things. It has made me grow into a better a better person. It has caused me to address some wounds and issues that I've had, and to allow God to heal those things, and it has been a tremendous blessing to me. So if any of that resonates with you, even the part about I need to own my time, I'm tired, I'm burned out, I want something different, I want time and financial freedom, then I would love to talk with you and share more with you. I'm really looking to empower other people and add people to my team that have that drive, that have that desire, that have that focus, and don't mind working a little bit for what they want and for what matters to them. If it doesn't resonate with you, thank you for taking a few minutes out of your time just to hear my heart. If what I shared about empowering women and girls resonated with you, please let me know. I haven't shared this with very many people at all because it's such a fledgling baby dream, but I do envision and dream about and intend for there to be a center or centers for women and girls where we can have community, we can be empowered and encouraged, we can learn, we can grow spiritually, we can have health care, all those things that teach us and help us to rise up into who God created us to be. So if that's what resonates with you and not the Arbonne, totally fine. I would love to talk with you about that, about my passion about that and what that can look like, because I am open to ideas. I'm just starting to put some feet to this dream. And then lastly, if you're like, neither of those things are what God put in my heart, but I'm super interested in some pure, safe, and beneficial nutrition and skincare so that what I'm putting on my face won't cause me to get breast cancer, then I'd love to share that aspect of Arbonne with you as well. Also, if you are not a believer, but something in this resonated in your heart and you felt that tug and you just want to talk more about that, about what faith looks like, about what my journey with the Lord has looked like, I would love to share that with you as well. And so just thank you for taking the time to listen to me ramble, and for honoring me with that, with your time and your energy. So be well and be blessed.